What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to your video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to the Charlotte Roval, a 2 1/3 mile road course that's put on some really crazy racing from time to time, from the beginning back in 2018 all the way up to the end of 2025. The last time we ran at the Charlotte Roval, we saw Kyle Larson pick up the victory. I believe picked up his 5th or 6th win of the 2024 season. He's back this time around trying to pick up his 4th win of 2025 and his 2nd straight victory at the Charlotte Roval. Looks to get another win this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is certainly looking interesting. It's going to be 78 degrees as a high with 58 degrees as low, with a 20% chance of rain with light rain throughout the early afternoon. Now granted, those chances can go up or go down as the day progresses and goes on. But if you're headed out to the track, it's going to be some really nice weather, but there is a chance of rain could be a factor this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. We'll see how things go, but there's a slight chance of rain this weekend at Charlotte. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff standings as we go into the final race of the round of 12. So of course Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott both locked in with their wins. Ryan Blaney winning at Kansas, and at Kansas, winning at New Hampshire. Then Chase Elliott, of course, winning at Kansas. Kyle Larson is up by 54 points currently at the moment. Then you have Denny Hamlin, who's up by 48. Christabel's up by 44 points currently at the moment. Then you have William Byron, who's up by 40. Then you have Chase Briscoe's up by 21 points. And then you have Joe Logano's up by 13. Meanwhile, you have Ross Chastain is down by 13. You have Bubba Wallace, who is 26 below. Tyler Reddick is 29 below. And Austin Urquhart is 48 points below the cutoff line. I think Ross Chastain is the only one that can make it in on points currently at the moment. I think the most likely driver to go is actually probably going to be Logano, because Logano's been very hit or miss at the road courses. But we'll see how things go, and we'll see if there can be some changes in the playoff standings after the final race of the round of 12 going into the weekend. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. Usually, I got 2 suck picks, 2 underdog picks, a winner's pick, and 5 drivers to watch out for. But because we're headed to a road course this weekend, I got 3 suck picks, 3 drivers who I expect to struggle. I don't think will have the pace and speed this weekend. I got 3 underdog picks, 3 drivers who desperately need a good run, who I think will have a really good run this weekend, who are under fun equipment as well, are generally really good at this type of track. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks going to win the race overall, and I got 7 drivers that you need to watch out for, along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400? My first suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has been horrendous in the next gen era when it comes to road courses. Now, he's obviously going to make it into the next round more than likely, but Denny Hamlin's numbers of the Roval have not been very good. He's ran outside the top 30 in all the races generally in the last couple of years, and Denny Hamlin generally in the next gen era has been horrendous at road courses. So I think, unfortunately for Denny Hamlin, I think it's sadly going to be a little bit of struggle. I don't think the 11 team is going to bring the consistent pace and speed. I think Denny Hamlin ends up not running well. I think it's unfortunately going to be a little bit of struggle for him this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. My second suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. Now, you usually either have Ross Chastain as a driver to watch out for, an underdog pick, or potentially even a winner pick at a road course. But Ross Chastain's numbers at the Charlotte Roval, I looked them up recently, and his numbers are not really good. I think his average finish in the last 4 races is like a 25th or 26th place average finish, and he just hasn't run that great at this track in the past. So I think because of that, I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Ross Chastain going into the weekend. I don't think he's going to pace the speed. Sadly, I think Ross Chastain will not have a good run. I think he unfortunately ends up struggling this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And my third and final suck pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver in the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing, Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez has 3 finishes at the Charlotte Roval. His average finish is around a 30th to 33rd place finish in the next gen era at this track. I think Suarez sadly will end up struggling. Plus, he's kind of pretty much on the final few races currently at the moment with this team, driving for them. Of course, he won't be back with Trackhouse next season. I think it's going to be a little bit of struggle for Daniel. I don't think he's going to have the consistent pace and speed to be a major factor and contender. Sadly, I think Daniel Suarez does not have a good run this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver to 71 car for Spire Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is a criminally underrated underrated road course racer who does from time to time run up front at these types of tracks and contend for wins, as well as he does have a win at the Indy Road Course in 2022 or 23. I think McDowell will have a good chance. He had a chance to win the Chicago Street Course earlier this year. Of course, he had electrical issues, took him out of contention. I think it's going to be a struggle for McDowell. I'm not sure. I think he's actually going to have a really strong run. I think he'll show some really solid pace and really good speed and have a good run with Spire this weekend at Charlotte. My second underdog pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs, I usually put him as a driver you need to watch out for because Ty Gibbs' pace at road courses this year has been pretty solid this season. But the reason I have him as an underdog pick and not a race-winning contender is I don't trust the 54 team on a consistent week-by-week basis. They had a stretch of races in the summer where they were really good. There's been a lot of times in the past where this team has struggled a little bit. So I think, unfortunately, for Ty Gibbs, I don't think he'll be the favorite to go and win, but I think he'll have a solid run for sure. I think he will contend minimum for a top 10 finish this weekend at the Charlotte Roval with Joe Gibbs Racing. And my third and final underdog pick for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is pretty much in a must-win situation going into this weekend, but I think Bubba will have a really good run. His numbers at the Charlotte Roval have been pretty good for sure. He's ran top 10 and top 5 quite a bit at the Roval in the past, and he's gotten better on road courses over the last couple of years, thanks to assistance of Tyler Reddick being over there. I think Bubba's going to have a strong opportunity to be really competitive. It wouldn't surprise if he has a good enough chance to get in. I think Bubba will be a factor for sure for a great run this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we're going to jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is absolutely a no-brainer. This guy has been dominant on road courses so far in 2025, has won the last 4 consecutive road course races, and has 5 career wins, all of them coming on road courses, plus he's coming off of getting his first top 10 oval finish in the NASCAR Cup Series. I am picking the driver of the 88 car for Trackhouse Racing, Shane Van Gisbergen, to pick up his 5th win of 2025 and his 6th career NASCAR Cup Series victory. I think Shane Van Gisbergen is going to get it done this weekend. People will say it's probably like his weakest road course on the calendar, but I think he's, even with this being the weakest, I still think he's going to be the guy to beat. He's going to be really strong this weekend. I think he's going to bring a ton of speed this weekend, and I think Trackhouse is looking to continue their dominant run they've had so far in 2025, not just in Cup, but Xfinity as well with Connor Zilch. I think it's going to be a great run for SVG. I think he's going to have a phenomenal weekend. I think he's going to be able to do it. I think Shane Van Gisbergen's able to pick up that 5th win of 2025 this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. And now we're going to jump on to the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. I know Kyle Larson's 5 team been a little bit inconsistent, but Kyle Larson has historically been really, really good at the Charlotte Roval. He dominated the inaugural race in 2018 before getting caught up in an incident. He won the race in 2021, and he's the defending winner of the race from last year. I think Kyle Larson's going to have a great run this week, and I think he will contend for the win. I think Larson will get back out of that slump. It could be a factor to win. I think Kyle Larson will have some chance and opportunity for a really strong and great run with Hendrick Motorsports. I think it's going to be a good run for him for sure this weekend at Charlotte with the Hendrick Motorsports team and organization as he looks to go back-to-back and get that first win since Kansas earlier this year. The second driver we need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is another driver who's won multiple races at the Charlotte Roval, and Chase Elliott, of course, is coming in with a ton of momentum as he picked up the win at Kansas and got that 21st career win. Chase Elliott has not won the next-gen-era road courses, but I expect Chase Elliott to be a factor and a strong contender for a really strong and really, really great run. So I think Elliott will be up front. I think he'll show some really strong pace and speed. It wouldn't surprise me or shock me if Chase is able to get that 2nd straight victory and his 3rd win of 2025 this weekend at Charlotte. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver to 16 car for Collie Racing, AJ Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger has not been phenomenal at road courses in the last year or so, but this is the one track where I circled that he could have a chance. AJ has been really good at the Charlotte Roval. Go back to his Xfinity numbers he's had at this track, and his Cup numbers have been pretty good as he won there in 2023. I think he'll have a good chance and opportunity for a really, really good run this weekend. I think he's going to have some strong pace. I think he certainly could be a factor and a contender for a great opportunity here. I think AJ will actually be a factor for the win this weekend at the Charlotte Roval. The fourth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is the driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell has been the most consistent guy outside of Shane Van Gisbergen on the road courses. He's been the only other guy so far this year in Cup that has won a road course not named SVG, and of course he won at the Charlotte Roval back in 2022. I think he will be a factor for a victory. It wouldn't surprise me if Bell is able to get that fifth win of the season, which would, I believe, be his 14th or 15th career Cup win. I think Bell will be a factor, and I think he'll have a solid chance for a great run this weekend at Charlotte. The fifth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at the Charlotte Roval is a driver to 17 car for RFK Racing, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is all reliable. You can expect Chris Buescher to be a top 10 threat, a top 15 threat on a week-by-week basis on road courses, and always has phenomenal and really, really strong and really good runs at this track. I think Chris Buescher is going to have a really strong chance and a great opportunity to be a factor for the win. I wouldn't be surprised if Buescher is able to get that second road course win. Maybe he gets his first win of 2025. Who knows? I think he will be up there contending. I think we'll have a solid chance and opportunity for a really strong, good run this weekend at Charlotte. The sixth driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Charlotte is the driver of the 45 car for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick is generally one of the best road course racers in the NASCAR Cup Series field. I think 3 or 4 of his 10 or something wins he's had in Cup have come at road courses. I expect Reddick to be up there contending for the victory. I think the 45 team is going to be looking to get it done. Both Reddick and Bubba are going to be looking for phenomenal runs this weekend. I think Reddick will have a solid opportunity to do that. I think he'll show some really strong pace and good opportunities to do it. I think Reddick will be up for contending for a potential win, and I think a potential victory for sure this weekend at Charlotte. And the seventh final driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Charlotte is the driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman's numbers at the Roval outside of last year with disqualification have been phenomenal and really good. He had an average finish a 5.5 or 6.6 coming into this event last year. And I think his average is still, while it's gone up quite a bit, it's not gone up as significantly I think a lot of people realize. I think Bowman will have a good card this weekend for sure. I think the pace and speed will definitely be there for Alex Bowman. I think it's going to be one of his better runs of the year. We're not surprised if Bowman is able to get that first win of the season. I believe would be his 9th career Cup win. I think Bowman will definitely have a good chance for a great run this weekend at Charlotte. So those are my race picks for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Denny Hamel, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez. My underdog picks are Michael McDowell, Ty Gibbs, Bubba Wallace. My winner's pick is Shane Van Gisbergen, and the ones to watch out for Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger, Christopher Bell, Chris Buescher, Tyler Reddick, and Alex Bowman. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be it for race picks for the 2025 Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Roval. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, let's go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's get more of that and comment your picks below for this weekend's Cup race at the Charlotte Roval. Who are your picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Charlotte. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today, we'll have the Xfinity Series race picks from the Charlotte Roval as well. Then tomorrow on the channel, we'll have a NASCAR news video dropping early in the morning. Then, of course, we'll have reactions to the Craftsman Truck Series race in the Roval. Then Saturday, we'll have reactions to Xfinity and Cup qualifying. And we'll also have the race review for the Xfinity race as well. Then Sunday, have the starting lineup video for the Cup race at the Roval and the race video as well. Then Monday, we should have a NASCAR news video dropping. Got a lot of content coming on people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Cletus Zafron, Dodge Ram, Will Brown, Brock Feeney, Cam Waters, among other things to talk about on the channel in the coming days and coming weeks as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.